Turning to this, fall is a tricky time to plant in the Carolinas due to the wacky weather, but is there a good time to plant if you want to get ahead of spring, Meg? Do you know the answer?
I don't know.
Okay.
Meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees does, because she spoke with an expert to learn more.
Yeah, and I actually learned a lot, so this is a lot of fun. So we've had a lot of temperature swings lately, right? We know we went from the mid to upper 70s last week to a hard freeze in the 20s, and then back to near 80 degrees this past weekend. And on top of that, the drought has left concerns for many folks who want to plant their gardens now. And we know water is the ticket.
Drought means nurseries have to take more precautionary steps when digging up trees, like watering right beforehand so people at home have something suitable to put in the ground. Matt Betts is a district manager at the Davy Tree Expert Company. He says this year's drought and warmer temperatures later in the year means they'll push planting to later in the season.
You want to get into that cycle where you're out of those really high temperatures just so you're not risking, having major transplant shock right when you plant the trees or shrubs.
He says to make sure you're planting the right way or it won't matter come spring.
Proper planting involves, digging a hole that's 2 to 3 times the size of what you're planting, putting in some decent soil, don't just backfill with the clay that you're using, and then removing as much of that, encasement as you can that's around those trees to give it the best chances of success.
Betts says to choose native trees, shrubs, or plants, something that can do well in Charlotte. And he suggests planting between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Typically, we don't have, sub-freezing temperatures before Christmas that often. So right in that window is kind of the sweet spot to get out there and plant. And that way you have decent Christmas presents.
And if you're watching the story and you're curious about the old adage, we hear it all the time, don't plant until after tax day. You're not alone. In the gardening world, I learned this year. There are 2 planting seasons, spring and fall. We can get away with a wider range of planting dates here in the Carolinas because we have a more temperate climate. Experts tell me planting in the fall can sometimes be better because it gives your gardens a longer runway to summer, which is the period where they often feel the most stress due to heat.